So I just wanted to say before we get started with this video that I attempted this video last year and it did not go well. So if you're seeing this video, it means that I lost my mind and I'm probably crying in my sleep. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm TreySelfLive and I lost my mind. Well, not really. So after I played the FNAF Freddy's games on my channel, well, sort of, I decided to attempt to do the FNAF Fan Games. Now, someone's already did this video before, and that is known as That Cybert Channel, and he's also inspired me to attempt to do this video. So, credits go to him. After the FNAF series started to get popular, other people try to recreate the games with their own story. Some are good, some could be bad. The recreations got so popular that GameJolt has its own page for these fan games, known as what we know, FNAF Fan Games. And GameJolt is where we are going to find our games. There are so many games to go over, so we are going to try and put it into 3 categories: weird, horror, and the last one I could not figure out a name for it. The first one we are going over is the weird category. These are the games that are like the FNAF games, but interesting. Now, I don't mean weird like it's a bad game. They at least made a game, so we gotta at least give them some credit. So, without further ado, let's get into this mess. Let's start easy with One Night with a Box. It's interesting. It's kind of a mix of FNAF 2 and FNAF 4, with it having the FNAF 2 feeling, and FNAF 4 with it being in a house. There are 3 boxes that are in the game: a brown box, a white box, and a golden box. The brown and white box are the main ones you have to keep an eye on. The gold one, you have to make sure your panic meter is low. More on that later. When the brown or white box reaches the room, instead of using the mask, you smack them. And if you think it's that easy, you have a panic meter, so when you smack them, you have to go back on the cameras to keep an eye on them. If you can't find them, then your panic meter starts to go up. I actually don't know what happens when your panic meter reaches all the way up, but when the panic meter starts to get too high, you will start to see the golden box. The golden box can only go away if you flash your cameras, similar to Golden Freddy. To be honest, if there were demonic boxes in my house, I would simply just get out of my house! Never let demonic boxes into your house. This game is honestly pretty good, and it's really fun to play and check out. But my favorite part is this.
Alright. The only thing that's missing now is just like, you know, like,
do you dare enter the mountain cabin of Wildeside and get the spear of Fingeldoof? Will you get the crystals of Gringif and defeat the evil Gloomboof? But first you have to have the beats and the boots of Gringoldoof.
So next we are going to be talking about the Day Shift at Freddy series. Like, all of them. 1 and 2 will be in the weird category, and 3 will be in the horror category. But more on that later. The first one we are going to be going over is Day Shift at Freddy's 1, where you get to work at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear Pizza. Heck yeah, I'm pumped. After all I've been through in the night's shift, so I will get to be able to make my auditions. And also, Yif the Fox. Yes, in case you were wondering, I did get a haircut, and this isn't part of the script. This is just me. Yeah, back to the video. Are you serious? Yif the Fox? As you probably may know, Day Shift at Freddy's is known for its humor and memes they have in the game. This game is honestly pretty funny. It's something else to the game instead of it bringing the horror genre. I know that there are games that bring out the humor in the FNAF fan game, but this one stands out. You were able to name your characters, so I decided to do the name Hot Dog Juice, because why not? Sorry, that was the first thing that came into my mind. The mechanics they bring into the game are pretty good. It's pretty simple mechanics, like how you move from room to room and how you get to make choices like make pizza in the kitchen, wear a spring lock suit, and talk to animatronics. It brings this RPG experience to it. Also, true fact, the game was built using the RPG MV. Alright, now it's time to talk about Day Shift at Freddy's 2. It's kind of the same as the first game, but with a few new things. Like, in the main menu, you're greeted with Freddy flipping you off. Freddy. In the beginning of the game, you're greeted the same way as the first game, but at an entirely different location. Most of the game is the same, but with some new characters, like Purple Guy, but his name is Dave. Also, this time, the animatronics are the toy animatronics, but the original ones are in the background, so you can still interact with them. Mangled is also on here, and they call her Trash Pile. The music box is also on here, and you have to wind it up every once in a while or the marionette will come and get you. Similar to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. You are able to also name yourself on this one, so me and my friend Gabriel,
channel in description,
decide to come up with the name Soggy Waffles.
Soggy Waffles.
You know what, that's actually not a bad idea. Hang on. Soggy what? Waffle?
Yeah.
Soggy Waffles.
Oh wait.
I remember that name from Colorado. Again, sorry. It was the first thing that came into our mind. In the beginning of the game, we decided to take the tour, and apparently we got told that the company went cheap and got the toy animatronics, and they were apparently made out of plastic dildo material. Yeah. It's just something random I just wanted to put in this thing. So, yeah. Jesus Christ. I have had enough of this game. The second game plays out the same as the first game. Go inside Springlock suits, entertain kids, make pizza,
WF the Fox,
and much, much more. These two games are really funny and great games. Again, these games just stand out with their humor and memes. Just playing these games make the FNAF genre really enjoyable. I am definitely going to play these games off someday on my channel. I really recommend both of these games. 10 out of 10. So now that we're done with the weird category, we're going to the horror category. I don't know why I keep saying category so much, or why I'm making this video. These are the games that are kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. Now I know that some other games were like Five Nights at Freddy's in the weird category. We're talking to you one night with the box. But these ones bring the FNAF mechanics to a whole different level. I don't know a good way to explain this, so if you know what I'm talking about, good. But if you don't, just give me a sec. So let's just get started with this. So I know that I said that they were kind of like the FNAF games, but I wasn't done with the Day Shift at Freddy series, because there's a third game. So I put this in the horror category because this one has a deeper story. This one still has the humor, but has the deeper story. And this one, instead of being an employee, you are the owner of Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria, using the Make-Your-Own Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria Kit 1993 edition. It has a tycoon mechanic to it, so you get to build your own pizzeria. Things play out the same as the first and second, so we're just going to skip these parts. The main things I want to talk about is when you go to the flip side. The flip side is kind of like a heaven, but instead of going to heaven, you are in a never-ending world of a pizzeria, and you are an animatronic instead of being a soul. When you are on the flip side, you actually come across Dave again, but instead he is a good guy. I honestly really like this game because this one brings a deeper story. I really like how this one is basically a tycoon into an RPG. This game really brings itself out with the fan games community, and I really hope you guys check this game out. Next one up is Nightmare in the Sewers. Yes, this game is on Roblox. I mean, come on, it's a game on Roblox. It can't possibly be that bad. Can we skip this?
No.
Can we please skip this?
No.
So, Nightmare in the Sewers is a mix of FNAF 1 with some of its mechanics and FNAF 3 with some of its mechanics. I really don't have a better way to explain that. There's tons of cameras to keep an eye on, but there's only a couple that you really need to keep an eye on, including the vent cameras. There are about 5 or 6 rats that chase you. The king rat is Freddy. I believe this balloon rat is Bobby, and this normal looking rat, I'm just gonna call this one Sneaky Rat, is Foxy. And there are more rats, but I only survived till night 2 and things got all over the place. I don't have a lot more to say about this because it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it is still an interesting game to check out. So if you have Roblox, check it out. And if you don't, then it only takes a couple of seconds to install. By the way, not sponsored. Okay, there are tons of stuff to go over about this game. Like how great this freaking game is? Five Nights at Candies is an original, and it's one of the first FNAF games that got me into these kind of games. Holy crap, there is so much stuff to talk about. Let's start easy with the mechanics. In this one, you are finally in an office, trying to defend yourself from animatronics. Shocker. It is the same as FNAF 1, but with a few different things. Like in the office, there's 3 doors and no lights. The cameras have no lights, so you have to rely on night vision to keep an eye on the animatronics. When the animatronics reach the office, you have to look through your door, and when you see their eyes glowing, you have to close the door. Each animatronic have their own little mechanic. Candy and Sydney kind of play normally as Bonnie and Chica. The monkey, I actually forgot his name. Oh! Chester also plays the same as Candy and Sydney. The Penguin has its own little mechanics, but I couldn't get past the frickin' night 3 because of Blank. Let me go over Blank real quick. Blank is so hard to figure out. Blank is the Foxy of the game. When he leaves the room, you have to keep an eye on. You have to close the front door. If you go on the front door camera, he breaks the window, and if he breaks the window, the power goes out, and he has a way to get to you. I couldn't get past the night 3 because of that mechanic. To make sure you don't make that mistake, you have to pay close attention, or he can get to you. Besides all of that nightmarish stuff, the game is pretty good, and it has a story you can follow. There is actually a second and third Five Nights at Candies with a 4th installment coming soon. Can't wait to play that one. This is the last category of the video. This one has no name, so if you got a name, let me know in the comments. Best one gets to be the name. These are the ones that are so freaking scary, and these are the ones that actually got the time and effort put into it. No, I'm not saying the other games did not put time and effort on it, but these are the ones that actually are good. So let's just get started with the best category. The first one we will start with is Final Nights 2. We are going straight to the second game because Final Nights 1 has been taken down due to bugs. So we will start with Final Nights 2. I don't have a lot to say about the game because I was unable to get past the first frickin' night because holy cow, this game is difficult to figure out. Bonnie and Freddy are in the vents, Foxy is in the hallway, and the marionette is in the wooden box. Now, Bonnie and Freddy and the marionette are really easy to figure out, but then Foxy's hard to understand. Like, I don't know when he is there or when I should close the door. Besides all of that, I think the game is pretty good, and honestly, I think the game has a good story if I could make it somewhere, but I don't know. On to the next game. So the next game up is Dormitabus.
Dormitabis.
What she said. In Dormitabus, you play as John, or the purple guy. I don't know. You are stuck inside an eternal purgatory with no way out. At least we think. There is a way out, but you have to survive 12 nights. Oh, crap. 12 nights of no sleep? Oh, I can't last that long. The nights start from 10 AM to 7 PM, which is a lot longer than the original FNAF games, so it brings something new to it. Each animatronic has its own mechanics, so every night it is something different. But as the nights go on, they sometimes bring back the same animatronic you've encountered before. This game is honestly pretty challenging, and I've only played a little bit of the game because Shadowbody crashed my game. Besides all of that, it looks like it has a pretty good story, and I hope to play this game on my channel soon. So the last game we are going over is The Joy of Creation, and I just want to say, Nixon put a lot of effort into this game, and this is also one of the games that got me into these fan games. This game just brings something out that is completely different, unlike the FNAF games. In The Joy of Creation, you play as multiple characters, but the main protagonist is Scott Cawthon himself. Heck yeah. In the story, someone named Michael strangely woke up in the Cawthon's family's house. Somehow, for some unknown reason, he lost his memory. Scott Child's Nick convinces Scott to let him stay for the night, and that's where the good stuff begins. There are 5 nights in the games, but instead of it being called nights, they are memories, because Nick is telling the story. The first memory is the bedroom, where you play as Nick. The second memory is the living room, where you play as Val Cawthon. The office, basement, and attic, you play as Scott for the rest of the game. Since it's a new character every memory and also a new room, there are going to be many different mechanics for every night. For example, in the bedroom, use the TV to track Freddy and Foxy. Since they move at the same time, you have to pause one of them to make sure they go at different times. Every time they reach the door, you would have to hide away from the door. Bonnie is in the middle of the door, and it takes sound cues to figure out when he's near the door. This is also another reason why this game is so good. Sound plays a big role in this game to figure out where to go, what to do, and etc. Chica is under the couch, and like every memory, she stuns you instead of kills you. Until you reach 5. Every night except the bedroom has this 5 AM mode, where everything gets all red and it gets challenging. I like to call it the Purgatory Hour. Sorry, it was the best name I could come up with. This game is honestly one of the best FNAF fan games I have ever played. This game got so challenging when I first played this game, and they did an absolute great job explaining things to get through the night. This is a game I would definitely play on my channel, and I would recommend you check out this game. If you are a big fan of horror games, then this is the game for you. So there we go. These were the FNAF fan games that I wanted to go over. I want to thank That Cybert Channel for giving me the idea of the video. No, I don't know him, but he's the reason why I came up with this idea. His FNAF fan game series is really funny and he goes over a lot more than I do. I really suggest that you guys check out this channel. I really enjoyed this video and I hope you've enjoyed it too. There's still so much to go over, so I might come back to this series. Here's what we'll do. I'm not a very popular YouTuber, so it's worth a try. If we can get 15 likes on this video, I will make a part 2 of this. This seems like a series that I really enjoy, and there are still over 9,000 games to go over. So let's give it a try. 15 likes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This video took me so long to make, and it was really hard. I had to script this video because how hard it was. I won't be doing a lot of videos like this because I feel like it'd be a lot, and it'd be a lot more for me to do. Again, I'd like to thank That Cybert Channel for giving me the idea of this video. Again, we do not know each other, but if he never made this video, I would not have came up with this idea. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of this because it just brings too much time into my hands, but it's just fun being able to do something new on this channel. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and bye.